Hey everybody, Yankee here. Today I want to take a little time and I want to address a question that a lot of people have been asking recently. A lot of people have been saying, hey, what should Trump's first act of office be when he takes over regarding gun rights? What's the first thing he should do? Now, first off, I'm going to say I know a lot of people have a lot of unrealistic expectations of what Trump should do when he first takes office. You know, get rid of the ATF, change these gun laws, etc. Well, most of those things are outside the power of the president. So those are kind of, like I said, unrealistic. Now, I do hope that he makes a lot of moves while he is president to get the ball rolling on a lot of these things, to maybe weaken the ATF, if not get rid of it completely, or at least change the way it behaves. To change a lot of these laws, maybe pressure Congress to make some changes. But those are things, like I said, that he can't do himself, and he definitely can't do on day one. Now, on day one, though, there is some things I think he should do. There's one specific thing I think he should do. And it more regards pardons. I was talking yesterday about how Biden pardoned his son, Hunter. I think when President Trump takes office, first thing he needs to do is issue a pardon. And no, I'm not talking about the January 6th people. That is kind of a wide-ranging topic there. There's people there that did next to nothing that have been punished, and then there's people that did some pretty bad things. So I'd have to take that on a case-by-case basis. Like if you just walked into the Capitol after the doors had already been opened and walked through and then walked out, and you got a trespassing charge and you got put in jail for a year or something, yeah, that should be pardoned. If you beat a police officer in the head with a fire extinguisher trying to hurt them, well then no, you shouldn't be pardoned. But like I said, there's a whole lot of things there, and it's a lot of gray area, so I'd have to deal with that on a case-by-case basis. So I can't make a blanket statement about that. But one statement I can make is that there is one pardon he needs to issue to someone who was jailed on bogus, unconstitutional gun laws. And that is CRS Firearms. If you're not familiar, CRS Firearms was jailed, he's put in prison for basically sharing knowledge. He didn't even violate any laws when it comes to a firearm. He didn't own anything he shouldn't own, didn't do anything he shouldn't do. What he did is he put out these little business cards that said, hey, here's the shape a part would be that you would need to make if you were going to turn a semi-automatic rifle into an automatic rifle. This is the sear you would need. He basically just shared that information with people, the knowledge on how you could do it. And see, the government doesn't want us having knowledge. They don't want us having guns, especially, and they don't want us having the knowledge we would need to ever fight back against them. So they basically convicted him of a thought crime. They're saying because you thought about doing this and you shared that knowledge with other people, well, that's the same as doing it. And they put him in prison for that. Tore his family apart, put them in hard times, etc. All over thought crime. And that is pathetic. That's one of the most ridiculous miscarriages of justice I've ever seen. And now a lot of people will be like, well, he knew it was illegal when he did it, so he should be serving the time. Do the crime, serve the time. That kind of ridiculous nonsense. Those absolutist authoritarian bootlickers like to spew. But here's the thing. When someone's a freedom fighter, when someone's out there engaging in activism, sometimes civil disobedience is required if you're going to make a change. And those people aren't just criminals. Those are people that are out there taking a bullet for you and me. So to say, well, they did the crime, let them do the time, that's pathetic as far as I'm concerned. So I think CRS Firearms should be pardoned day one by President Trump. Like I said, what did he really do? He shared knowledge. Do we really want sharing knowledge to be a thing that you can be convicted on? They do that with stuff like, oh, you looked up how to build a bomb. You have all the knowledge to build a bomb, so we're going to prosecute you. That kind of crap. You didn't hurt anybody. You didn't do anything. You might have just been interested in bombs, how they work, the chemistry of it, etc. But they're going to treat you like a criminal even though you didn't do anything wrong or hurt anybody. Same thing with the gun stuff. They are prosecuting people, just because you own certain things. You've got the potential to build something illegal because of the parts you own. So therefore, we're going to treat you just like you did it, that creative intent or whatever it's called. Just because you have the ability to do something, we're going to treat you like you did it. And that's how the government keeps people scared. And it keeps them from learning things. It keeps them from being capable, prosecuting people for thought crimes. And I just can't support that. Even if CRS Firearms wasn't doing this as a FU to the government and the ATF, which is a way to bring about change and bring attention to these ridiculous laws, even if he was just doing it to do it, I still wouldn't support the idea of someone being imprisoned because they know how to do something or they shared with you how to do it. In a lot of states, it's illegal to modify cars certain ways. That doesn't mean the knowledge of how to do it should be illegal, because most of us have the knowledge to do that. When are they going to start arresting us just because, hey, you know how to take the mufflers off your car, and that's illegal in this state? And because we saw you looked up how to do a muffler delete, we're going to put you in jail. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here. That's basically what he did. Like I said, he shared some information on a business card. Shared some knowledge with other gun owners. And that's something you might need to learn someday. The way society's going right now, if the United States government collapsed, or we found ourselves having to fight against a tyrannical government, and all you people that hate Trump, I think you'd be one of the ones getting behind this, saying, oh yeah, we need every advantage we have in case Trump takes over the government. We got to fight back. I've never understood these people who are like, oh, Trump's going to become a dictator and he's going to take complete control. But you people shouldn't be able to fight back. We don't want you guys having guns. We don't want guns. We don't want you having them either. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you think someone's a threat, why wouldn't you want to be armed? Why wouldn't you want to be capable? Because, there's millions of us, hundreds of millions of us in this country. It doesn't matter how much of the government he took control of. If we fought back as a unified force, we'd be unstoppable. So I don't understand that whole, oh, we're in so much danger, but we don't want to be prepared for that danger. That whole mindset is foreign to me. So not knowing how to convert a semi-automatic rifle into an automatic rifle, if things ever got bad, that seems ridiculous to me. It seems like it's something everyone should know. So the whole idea that him sharing that knowledge is enough to get him put in prison shows you how the government thinks. They not only don't want you to be prepared, they want to put anybody who takes steps to make you be prepared in prison. They want to make examples out of them. And long story short, that's what they did with CRS Firearms. Whether you like him personally or not, that's what it is. He's in prison for thought crime, for giving a middle finger to the ATF. And if you support that, well, then you don't support the Second Amendment. You might be a gun lover, but you don't love the Constitution, you don't love the Second Amendment, and you don't love individual freedom, because you're more than willing to let it be taken away from someone who didn't do anything wrong. So that's what I think the first act of Trump should be when he gets in office, to pardon CRS Firearms. And I think we should be encouraging that. I've told people many times, Trump's very easily led one direction or another. So when he's in office, we're going to have to stay very vigilant in making sure we let people know what needs to be done regarding the Second Amendment and how we feel. We got to keep him focused. Or things like take the guns now, give them due process later will happen again. So we got to be careful. Got to keep him focused. And right now, when you get those emails of donate $25 to his campaign or buy this hat or do this or that, I do wish he would stop with the merchandising and the grifting stuff. That's a little bit below the president as far as I'm concerned. But when they do it, when you get these emails, send them back an email saying, I'll donate $25 after he's pardoned CRS Firearms. I'll buy 2 hats after he's pardoned CRS Firearms. Let's make this a movement. Let's let him know how we feel. Call the White House. Call your senator. Call your congressman. Say, pardon CRS Firearms. When you do that, then maybe we'll believe you're going to do something for the Second Amendment community. You've given a lot of lip service to the Second Amendment community, but you've never really done anything for them. What pro-gun laws got passed under Trump? None. Like I said, we had to fight because he was willing to take the guns away first and give due process later. And we're going to have to fight for another 4 years here probably. So fight. Like I said, let your congressman know. Let your senator know. Respond to those emails with, once CRS Firearms is pardoned, then we'll trust you. Then we'll believe you. Then we'll get behind you. But not until that happens.